It will honestly blow your mind into a million pieces and you will be like, damn! Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren and this channel is all about location independence, remote work, travel and freelance writing. But in today's video we're doing something a little bit different. In December I went down a dark YouTube hole and I have discovered BookTube and I am f***ing obsessed. I am hooked. Shout out to Cindy who reads books. No, Cindy reads books. How can I f*** up her name when I watch her channel so much? Read books with Cindy? That's probably not right. I will put her channel title here. Anyway, obsessed with her, not the point of this video. So I kind of wanted to bring in my obsession with BookTube and just reading in general and mesh it together on this channel for a video, just featuring some of the best business and personal development books for creatives that have completely changed my life or just really helped my business in some really fantastical ways. Let's get into it. Okay, so we are going to start things off with just one of my all-time favorite authors and book series ever, and that is the You're a Badass series by the Queen, the Goddess, Jen Sincero. So this is the second book in the series. The first book is Somewhere. For those of you that don't know, I have my life in boxes in 3 different parts of South Africa. So the first book is in one of those places which is not Joburg, so that's either Plett or Cape Town. This book is all about money mindset, which was really game changing for me, and it really helped me so much with rewriting the money stories that I would tell myself, and I can contribute just the drastic change towards how I approach money towards this book, as well as just doing more like manifestation and mindset work in general. So if you want to kind of get to the bottom of where those beliefs are coming from and you want to uproot them and get rid of them and start creating more empowering stories like I am a fucking badass at saving money, money flows to me easily, I'm rich, all that stuff, and really just start reframing your relationship with money so that it's more of a positive one, then you definitely want to get this book. She is so funny and like relatable, and the way she explains things is just, it's just perfect. Just French kiss. Why do I keep saying French kiss and not chef's kiss? The amount of times I've done that in videos is just too damn high. Moving on. The second book that we're going to talk about is called Essentialism. So I read this book I think in 2018 or possibly 2019. Honestly, 2020 has completely my sense of time. Back to the book. It's phenomenal. Really, everyone needs to read this book. It will just change your life. And I know that is so generic and basic to say, but it is true. So for example, if you are starting out as a freelance writer in 2021, then you can use the concept of essentialism to make sure that you are focusing on the tasks that are going to move the needle forward. Those things that are going to help you land your first client, your second client, your third client. This book will really help you focus and like zoom in on the tasks that really matter and help you get rid of all that fluff that is just holding you back from actually achieving your goals or moving your business forward. Okay, so book number 3 is Embrace Your Weird by Felicia Day. And I mean, honestly, the fact that her name is Felicia just makes me love her so much more. Those of you that do follow me on Instagram will have known that my car before I sold her last year was called Felicia, so that when I parked her and walked away I could go, bye Felicia.
Bye Felicia.
So anyone with the name Felicia is just phenomenal in my books. But back to this book. So I would say that this Embrace Your Weird book is a must read for any creative, because when you are a creative and you start to monetize your creativity, what often happens is that you stop creating for the joy of creating. Because when we think back to the first time that we created something, whether you were writing a story for yourself or you were painting a picture, you were creating for the enjoyment, just for the process of creating something, and you were pouring all your energy into it and you were enjoying it. You weren't creating something to make money from it. That was just a nice byproduct. But now that you have monetized this creativity, you have clients, you're creating things that they want, and you're not really having space to create things that you want. And you also might find that you just lack energy in general to create for the sake of creating. And this little book over here will help you so much in helping you get back into touch with your inner child and those reasons that you love creating, and also helping you find other avenues to be creative, and just really asking you to get like back in touch with what drew you to those creative pursuits, and then tying that back into what you're currently doing as a creative in business, and just in general helping you just be a better creative. The next book on the list is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F**k, and my mom bought this book for herself, I think in November last year, and I hijacked it and I've like read it I think in 2 weeks. She still hasn't finished reading it, which is unfortunate because it is an amazing book. It helped with my mindset a lot, because the core concept of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F**k is basically that you only have so many f**ks to give. There's no such thing as not giving a f**k, because by not giving a f**k, you are giving a f**k about something. So if you only have so many f**ks to give in the world because your f**ks are in limited supply, you have to be really strategic about what you are going to give a f**k about. So basically all that's saying is that where your attention goes, so your energy will flow. Definitely would recommend giving it a read. But yeah, if you don't like swearing, first of all, you're on the wrong channel. Second of all, you probably won't enjoy that book. He's also quite an abrasive person in some ways. I've also seen that crop up on quite a few reviews. So his writing style is not for everyone, but I thoroughly enjoy writers who kind of just write it. But I thoroughly enjoy writers who just write things as they are, and they don't hold back, and they will swear, and they will just tell it to you like it is, and there's none of this. Sorry about that dinging. It is my iPhone. I haven't quite figured out how to put it on silent yet. I thought just putting the sound down would make all the notifications go on silent, but no. Clearly my age is showing if I'm struggling to figure out basic technology.
Stop it. Get some help.
Okay, so the next book up is Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. I unfortunately don't have my copy with me because, like that other book, it is somewhere either in Cape Town or Plate in a box. Unfortunate. But regardless of where this book is, you should 1010% read it if you are creative in any way, in any kind of sort. If you are creating something out of nothing from your head, this is the book for you. Because what I love about this book is just how she conceptualizes ideas. Basically how she explains ideas is that ideas are little creatures, right, that are just like kind of floating around our heads, and they're looking for the right person to manifest them into reality. And this is often why some people will have the exact same idea even though they've never met. And she has an amazing example in her book with this, where
she had this idea for a book and she started writing it, but then shit happened in her life and she stopped writing it, and then she met this other writer. They met at this like book convention, and then that other writer went home and she got the same idea for the book that Elizabeth had stopped writing, but they never spoke about it, and then she went and she finished that book, and then they compared notes afterwards, and it was like really eerie how similar some things were,
which is just wild to me. And that just blew my mind, and it really spurred me into making sure that when I get an idea and I'm excited about the idea, that I do the damn thing.
Just do it! Make your dreams come true!
Because I don't want that idea to leave me and think that I am not serious about manifesting it into this world. She also touches on inspiration, and she does it in such an amazing way. So if you think about it, you know, you'll have an amazing business idea or an amazing idea for a product. You get really excited for it, you're amped to work on it, you know, you go, and then all of a sudden, that feeling just stops and your inspiration is gone, and things just feel like slower and lethargic, and you start getting frustrated because things aren't just flowing as easily as they were. And most of us, when we hit this wall, we stop working on that project or idea, we abandon it, and we move on with our lives. So in those moments when you're not in this flow state, this inspiration state, you have to kind of show the inspiration gods that you are serious by continuously working on it until that next, you know, hit of inspiration comes along, that next jolt of flow where everything just kind of flows out of you again, and you ride that wave, and then you're gonna have to swim out back to sea. You know, I don't really swim in the ocean, it terrifies me. Beautiful analogy, I know. Now, the next book that we have is The War of Art by Steven Pressfield. Now, this is a book I read, I think also in 2018, maybe 2019, there's a trend here. These books, I really got into like business and personal development stuff like during those 2 years. And this book just blew my mind. I even got my boyfriend to read it, and he hates reading books. He's a video editor, so he's also a creative, and this helped him so much with his procrastination as an artist, or as any creative in general. We can understand the pain of procrastination, or we have a lot of fear around creating. And this is where the War of Art comes in to deliver a one-two punch to those fears and get you back on that creative bus and off the struggle bus. So what this book touches on is basically the fear of creating. So oftentimes we're like, cool, I want to write this book, and we'll sit down at the computer and then we'll stare at that blank page, and that little blinking cursor light is just there, and our brains just go blank, and we start to panic a bit, and before we know it, we are either on Pinterest or on Netflix. And what this whole book does is that it helps you talk yourself down from that ledge and get over the fear that is stopping you from creating and get you into the creative mode. And one of the biggest takeaways from this book for me is that fear is your compass. As humans, we're built in with fear because way back in the day, you know, we had to like run away from like lions or whatever.
Run.
But for the most part, we don't have these like life-threatening things happening to us anymore, but we still have this fear, and it is our comfort zone trying to keep us safe. And in the book, Stephen talks about how fear is basically stopping you from creating that thing that's going to change your life, because that fear knows that if you overcome it and you go and do that thing, that you are no longer going to be in your comfort zone, you're no longer going to be the person that you are now. So it's stopping you from evolving into that future self, you know, that next level version of yourself. And the book just breaks down how you can overcome that fear, and that you don't let this fear hold you back from living a fulfilled, creative, and awesome life. It will honestly blow your mind into a million pieces, and you will be like, damn! That's why I suck at creating things. That's where this procrastination bullshit's coming from. Damn, Gina. So that brings us to the end of this glorious video of the best books for creative entrepreneurs. But anyway, moving on. If you have any book recommendations that you think that I would absolutely love that is related to business and personal development, especially stuff related to creativity and habits and inspiration, please leave them down in the comments below and we can geek out together. And in the meantime, guys, make sure that you have turned on those bell notifications and subscribed, especially if you are interested in becoming a freelance writer in 2021. I have some really cool videos coming out in the next couple of months that will be absolutely perfect for you. And in the meantime, if you want to binge watch some of my older videos, I would highly recommend adding this one or this one to your playlist. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will check you in the next video. Cheers!